And I came here in 1986 to run it for myself, and I signed the papers, and I was owner of the Red Barn Incorporated. People come in here for the experience, more so than I think anything else. And they love the fact that somebody's actually taking the time to listen. Maybe you learn in proportion to how much you listen and care. If you can find that balance between doing what you love that isn't really work, that might pay the bills, and can resonate with people, and actually to some extent help people. Without my customers, I would be doing what I don't love, guaranteed.
Good evening. Welcome to a regularly scheduled meeting of the Waterville City Council. If anybody would like an agenda, they are in the plastic sleeve on the back wall. Before we get started, I will ask our chairman to please stand and lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That was good. That was strong. I like it. First up is community notes. Community notes is a time where if anybody has something they would like to say or speak about, tell us about that is not currently on tonight's agenda to talk about, now would be the time. Like the last meeting, I will just put out the reminder, this is not the time for a budget debate. So if this is a time to ask for more funding or less funding, community notes is not the time to get in a back and forth. We will have that time. I promise it will be robust time allotted for budget debate. And because you are at the podium, sir, I will let you go first. Would you just tell us your name and where you live?
Good evening. My name is Don. I'm here representing the Waterville Elks Lodge 905 down on Industrial Street here in Waterville. And before I make my announcement, in case you didn't know, Councilman Champagne's wife was selected this year as the Mother of the Year by the Elks 905. That's a big congratulations. I'm here to announce tonight our annual Family Fun and Safety Day to be held on June 17th from noon to 3 p.m. This is an entirely free event for the entire community. We will have our annual Flag Day ceremony honoring the birth and evolution of our nation's flag. And this year we are proud to have the Waterville Police Honor Guard presenting the colors for us. Also on hand will be the Waterville Fire Department with their equipment for the kids to explore. We have the Humane Society coming down with some of their adoptable fur buddies. And the Maine Child Safe program will also be there distributing free child safety and identification kits. The Maine State Police will put on a canine demonstration at approximately 2 p.m. And we have special guests this year. The Maine Ghostbusters are coming with their ecto machine and their ecto vehicle. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but that in and of itself should spark your... most importantly, we have a free cookout for everybody in the community up in our pavilion. And a boys and girls bicycle will be raffled off. That's a free door prize for kids that want to come down and join us. So this is an open invitation to the councilors, the mayor, all your constituents, everybody in the room. Come down to the Waterville Elks Lodge on June 17th from 12 to 3. We're on Industrial Road. And thank you for your time. I'll leave some flyers here at the desk for you. Thank you.
Hang on, Scott, hang on. Before anyone else gets up, we do have a special guest here with a very special announcement. And so, Sarah, this is actually you. Come on up.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of the council, friends and neighbors. My name is Sarah Sugden, and since 2012, or 2005, oh my goodness, I have been one of your librarians. And I am so delighted to be here with you guys tonight, certainly celebrating all the things that are happening in Waterville, both at the library and everywhere else. But I did want to, because I'm a librarian, I did want to just sort of take a moment and just sort of share some of the things that are happening. And I'll put my glasses on and everything like that. So our city manager, that's you, Mike, I know, was recently quoted as saying that a public library is representative of the community it serves. And I think, and I totally concur, that in fact the public library reveals the true values of a community. So if we are to consider that, what then does the Waterville Public Library say about our beloved Waterville, Maine? And I would like to suggest that here's what our library reveals about our community. Waterville values excellence. Anyone who's participated in making a Hathaway shirt can vouch for that, certainly. Waterville matters, quality matters in this city. Watervillonians have always tried their best. When the Opera House opened in 1902, just next door, Frank Reddington said that the world will make a pathway through the cabin door to he who does his work best. People will surely find us if we find ourselves. And I think that we see that every day here in Waterville with all the wonderful things that are happening. And Waterville is a community that works together. From our earliest hours as a community, collaboration was required to settle this wilderness and grow our city. Examples abound of collaboration in Waterville, especially on a large scale, that have propelled our city into prosperity. Waterville has always known that we are more successful when we work together. Senator George Mitchell, a man whom I greatly admire, as I hope you all do too, took his collaborative Waterville way with him in his work, and we have seen what amazing results he was able to achieve. In Waterville, we work together, we are stronger together. Waterville is also a place, I believe, as history shows us, as I hope our library shows us, that values innovation and ideas. Alvin O. Lombard's world-changing invention of the track wheel vehicle, Harvey D. Eaton's water district idea that has been used all over the country, the paper plates of Martin Keyes, for instance. And I find it extraordinary that here in this little podunk of 16,000 people, not even, no less than 3 colleges have been started, 2 of which are still here in our community doing amazing things, continuing the rich tradition of pursuing original thought and original ideas in Waterville. And of course, if this weren't a community filled with caring people, everyone, all of us, would have died in 1816 when every month had a hard frost. And pretty much like that was, well, there was no Hannaford back then. So without the caring nature of community members, people really would have not made it. But instead, people looked after each other and shared what they had. People cared. And I think Waterville is still a place where people care about each other. I see it everywhere I go. I hope you guys do too. In our schools, in our churches, our local businesses and organizations, everywhere I go in Waterville, I see kind and caring people. So these are the values of Waterville. Innovation, excellence, oh, God bless you. See, caring, and collaboration. And over the past decades, we've applied those attributes, those values to the library's work that we're doing to benefit our community. And that's why, as I hope you've seen this morning, the work of the library at the Waterville Public Library has been recognized by our very own nation. And we are so honored and so pleased and so proud to represent Waterville in receiving the National Medal for Museum and Library Service, which recognizes outstanding commitment and to service in the community, excellence and innovation, all the things that we hold dear about our own Waterville community is what our own nation saw in our library. And I'm so pleased and so proud that that's what the world saw. They saw the real Waterville in our library. And so I'm pleased to share the celebration with all of you. And I just want to say that there was some suggestion that, in fact, this award was the result of overly abundant funding, and that is not the Waterville way, certainly. We value thrift and economy, and that's why this award is the result of hard work from so many great people, from the amazing staff to our remarkable board of trustees, some of whom are here, who have really led the way in the past years, through the library's life, the wonderful volunteers we have, our friends, other municipal departments who really know what it takes to make a city thrum and thrive and really burst with blessings. I'm really grateful to be here in Waterville. It is a blessing to be a member of this amazing team, and I just want to say that as a personal note, I sure love Waterville. I think it's the best place ever. I was so glad when the opportunity came for me to come back here. I dragged my husband. He was not convinced that Waterville was going to be his jam, and it's really been such a wonderful thing for all of my family, and I hope that you guys are pleased too. So that's what I want to announce. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your indulgences and my musings about this town I love so much. But I think that Waterville is great, and I'm glad that our nation sees that too.
And you are headed to D.C.?
Yes,
Where?
well, sometime in the summertime, we'll be accepting the medal on behalf of our community. I think at a ceremony at the White House, which will be very exciting, and a StoryCorps, which is a national program that collects stories through the Library of Congress. We'll be visiting Waterville as part of this. So we're really excited to, again, bring spotlight and attention on our really wonderful Waterville. Thank you. Thanks for all your time and thanks for your indulgences. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Scott McAdoo. I'm here representing the South End Neighbors Association. Just to let everybody know, this Saturday, May 20th at 9 p.m. at the KV Cat Park. Huh? I said, Sorry, it's been a long day. 9 a.m., sorry. 9 a.m. at the KV Cat parking lot on Water Street. We will be holding our 11th annual bike swap. It's an opportunity for children to, if they don't have a bike, they can come get one, or if they have an older bike that they have outgrown, they can swap that one for a newer bike that fits them and they can use for a few more years. We're also going to, hopefully, if you got that set up, we're planning on having a bike rodeo, which is like a little kind of safety course. There will be free helmets for children, so definitely come down and get a helmet. It is the law. You're supposed to wear your helmet. I know I'm not a good example, but... And what did I say also? Oh, and also this year, I'd like to give a shout out our co-sponsor, CGI. She put it right in front of me. Sorry. CGI for co-sponsoring this year's bike swap. So this Saturday, May 20th, 9 a.m. at the KV Cat parking lot.
I can't match her energy, so, but I love it. I think it's awesome. I hope you put that in the newspaper, what you just read to us, because what a positive thing for us to read in the Waterville newspaper. I really hope you do that, Sarah. It was awesome. It was wonderful to hear. Mine is on the heels of Sarah. What we're doing, I represent the South End Neighborhood Association and the Quality of Life Committee, and every season we try to enhance the South End neighborhood in different ways, and one of our projects this year is to have banners. And so we've been working with a gentleman in Oakland who puts banners together, and so what we are asking from you is not money, but we are asking for your support. We'll be needing some poles, and we know that CMP owns some, we know that Fairpoint owns some. We've been through that, we've made phone calls, and we've done different things like that. But we believe in what we're doing, and we believe there's a way, there's an alternative. I'm never one to close the door, because if it does, I find another one to open. That's just my personality. So what I wanted to do, though, is present to you a prototype tonight of the banner that we're looking to do in small form, and I'll let you pass this around. And then the type of braces we're looking to put on the poles that we'll have at some point in time to show that they're conducive to what would be expected for us to do on a legal basis or safety basis. For anybody who might have to climb the poles. And I'll open up our prototype for everyone to see. We're quite pleased with this. We put it together as a group, and I believe I have this.
Oh, I like that.
So what we're going to do is we're taking old pictures from the community of the South End neighborhood, and we are putting them up. We have one that's going to be from the Old Flows Market, flower shop. We're going to have another one from Ted Laverdia's grocery store, so that it does represent the neighborhood when it was Franco-American. One side will be in English, the other side will be in French, so that again it'll be conducive to that. Our big goal is to make the South End a historical landmark, because there are some very serious homes down there that are of historical significance. And it's a project. For me, it's a 3 to 5 year project. I think I can live forever, but someone told me it doesn't happen. So until that knocking on the door happens, you know. So we're excited about it. We're pleased about it. We think it's another positive thing happening in the city of Waterville.
And it's going to be purple and white?
Well, you know, historically, the school and all that.
Yeah.
I guess. That wasn't even my idea. It's with the gentleman who actually is putting this together, Bree Designs in Oakland. He's the one that did the covers and that sort of thing. So we are very excited about it, and I just wanted to share that with everyone and look for your support as we move along. If any of you have ideas of how we can get those polls to be approved, that's a big deal, because that would probably be the only obstacle that we're going to have, the polls. Because they'll be this size, we might go a shade smaller, but, and they'll be, as you can see, when you're looking at them over there, they'll be significantly high so people won't go under them and things like that, and they shouldn't be touched. But we still have a lot of logistics to go through, and we're fine with that. I've got time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks great.
Thank you. Stephen?
Can I just add to that, Paula Raymond that just came up, if you look on KMD right now in the island, they have Parkinson's tulips that are up, and Paula planted those, and they look really nice, so thank you to her for that, too.
Oh, that's good.
Is there anybody else for community notes?
Hello, Julian Payne, Ward 5. I just wanted to point out that Waterville actually technically has 3 colleges in it because KVC was heavily involved with the Waterville school system doing the bridge program courses. So it was kind of an off-campus shoot, and I'm not sure if it's still running, but it was a great program, and my daughter got a year of college out of that. So it was an offline shoot, and it shows that KVC was heavily involved with Waterville as well for colleges. So thank you to KVC.
Could I ask if there's anybody on the council that's going to have any concerns about votes tonight?
There is a victualer's license for the food truck at Colby. That's Resolution 89, 2017, and I'll be recusing myself from that as a Colby employee.
And Winifred Tate, I will be recusing myself from that as well as a Colby employee.
Order
And
91, 2017, which involves the fire department. I am on Winslow, and we share a chief, so I will not be voting on that.
Great. All right, we will move on from community notes to the approval of the consent agenda. Can I get a motion for the approval of the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? All right, there is no unfinished business tonight. We're going to go all to new business, and we have Resolution 83, 2017.
A resolution providing for appointment to the Kennebec Water District Board of Trustees. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Waterville, acting as municipal officers as follows. That the City Council hereby authorize the appointment of Kevin Gorman to the Kennebec Water District Board of Trustees with a term to expire on January 1st, 2018.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All right, all those in favor? Resolution 84, 2017.
A resolution providing support for aging well in Waterville. Be it resolved by the Waterville City Council acting as municipal officers, that support is hereby provided for the efforts of the aging well in Waterville community. We recognize the importance of their work and believe that it could provide benefits for all Waterville residents, elderly and non-elderly alike.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Okay. Next resolution, 85, 2017.
A resolution providing for increase in municipal outdoor pool fees. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Waterville acting as municipal officers as follows. That the municipal pool fees be increased as follows. 1. Daily admission, increased by $1 for all categories. Resident adults $4 to $5. Residents child $3 to $4. Non-resident adult $8 to $9. Non-resident child $5 to $6. 2. Individual season pass, increase resident and non-resident by $5 for child and adult. Resident adult $25 to $30. Resident child $15 to $20. Non-resident adult $50 to $55. Non-resident child $40 to $45. 3. Family season pass, increase resident family pass by $10, $40 to $50.
Move to adopt.
Second.
And for those who are not aware, the municipal pool is not something that we make money on, but Matt has worked very hard over the years to get it to a point where it's not something we lose money on either. And Matt, these fees were really to increase because of the minimum wage increase and just cover those extra costs that were passed on to the city from that.
That's the biggest one, right? Almost $7,000 in wages that we're trying to offset with user fees.
Okay.
Yeah, and we still think it's very fair.
It's an incredibly affordable scale.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it puts it out of the reach. Of, okay. Any other discussion?
Thank you for staying on top of it and
Yeah.
adjusting the fees accordingly.
Yeah, you're welcome. We do our best. Thanks.
Yeah. All those in favor? All right, Resolution 86, 2017.
Move to read by title only.
Can I get a second? Second. All in favor?
A resolution providing for issuance of a victualer's license to GC Pizza Hut LLC doing business as Pizza Hut.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Resolution 87, 2017.
A resolution providing for demolition of city property, 232 Water Street. Be it resolved by the City Council of City of Waterville, acting as municipal officers as follows. That the city manager be authorized to demolish the single-family residence at 232 Water Street and to spend whatever sum is necessary from the South End Capital Improvement Account to accomplish this. Summary. This is the property that was donated to the South End Neighborhood Association and that the city agreed to accept on their behalf. All parties agree that the building is not salvageable.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Discussion?
Scott McAdoo, member of the South End Neighborhood Association again. I just want to say that, hopefully the city, to the council, that Senna would supports the idea that if Waterville Fire would like to use the building to do some training on it, to get actually live, hands-on training, that the South End Neighborhood Association would support if you guys want it before it is demolished. So we'd like to, if they want it, they have first dibs, and then demolish it, please.
Mike, is the, I guess it says right here, the property was donated to South End Neighborhood Association. Okay?
Right. This came before the council quite a few months ago. And pretty much through the efforts of Paula, the city came to acquire this property. But after looking at it, every which way we could, really it was found that it wasn't really that salvageable. So the present plan is to take it down.
Questions from the council? Public? Yes, come on up.
Julian Penn. Mike, who pays for the demolition of the property? Sorry, who pays for the demolition of the property?
It would come out of the South End neighborhood account, so it's city funds.
City funds.
But it's in a reserve account.
Okay. Has there been any thought to the tech center using it, the building program for demolition? I know they have a building program at the Waterville Tech School.
No.
Okay.
The only thought has been that if it's something the fire department can
Sure.
take care of in a controlled burn, then we
Yeah.
can look at that, but
Okay,
no, I wouldn't want to put any untrained people in there demolishing.
sure. Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll take a vote. All in favor? Next, Resolution 88, 2017.
Move to adopt. Oh, no, whoops, sorry.
Move.
Whoop, sorry. So,
Can I
I'm
get a
getting
second?
excited.
All in favor?
So, that's what I meant.
I knew what you meant.
So,
A resolution providing for establishing hours for voter registration.
move to adopt.
Second.
All right, so, this is for a special state referendum election held on Tuesday, June 13th, 2017. The hours will be, voter registration hours will be Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. with no evening hours.
Yeah, the only question I have, what is the state referendum question
Yeah,
in June?
I feel
My
like I
apologies,
should
maybe
know.
Tom can fill us in.
Yeah.
It's just a bond question. It's one question.
Oh, okay.
Yes or no?
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Nobody knows we have an election.
All right, all those in favor? Okay. Resolution 89, 2017.
Move to read by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
A resolution providing for issuance of a mobile food vendor license to Colby College president and trustees doing business as Mobile Kitchen.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor? All in favor to abstain? Order 90, 2017.
Move to read by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
An order providing for sale of city property, mobile home located at 33 Victoria Drive.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mike, you want to say, just for the audience, to let them know what this is?
Right, this is a mobile home the city acquired in February or March through tax foreclosure. Actually, there were a couple, well, maybe 4 in all. We, waived the foreclosure on some of them, but this is one that went all the way through. So, because it has some value. And the mobile home park owner, we advertised the sale of the mobile home and only received 1 bid from the owner of the mobile home park. And that's what I'm proposing to you tonight, is that we sell that mobile home for $3,000.
That includes taxes, interest, fees?
Right, the attached memo shows that the amount of taxes, back taxes, is $1,400. So we're certainly going to make back what the town has lost in back taxes and fees. Because the mobile home sat in the mobile home park for a couple months, we're due to pay rent. So that's deducted from the $3,000, but even with that, we still come out whole anyway.
And you don't think it's worth, well, the thing is, if we go back out to bid, we're gonna keep paying rent until we chew into the several thousand the trailer's worth.
Right.
How old is the trailer?
You remember how old the trailer is, Linda?
I want to say 15 to 25 years.
We went inside,
Yeah.
Linda, myself, and Garth. Garth, before he became our code enforcement officer, worked for quite a few years, actually in the field of repairing, refurbishing mobile homes. Worked for a large dealer, and that was his job, so he's a pretty good judge of value. His comment to us was that it was probably in the $4,000 to $5,000 range in value. But rather than, as you say, get into a back and forth negotiation and all the time have to pay lot rent at $285 a month, it doesn't make sense, I don't think.
Okay. Any questions from the floor?
Questions?
From the audience? All right, all in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you. Order 91, 2017.
An order providing for acceptance and appropriation of grant funds. Be it ordered by City Council of City of Waterville, acting as municipal officers as follows. That the City Council hereby authorize the acceptance of $35,000 from the Stephen and Tabitha King Foundation, and further authorizes the fire chief to purchase an advanced cardiac heart monitor, defibrillator, and associated EMS supplies.
Move to adopt. Oh.
Second.
You should see the librarian's face over here when you say Stephen King.
Phonics.
Sorry.
And on that note, actually, I would like to just add a statement, which is that it's very, very heartening and wonderful to see when city departments raise funds like this through philanthropy and grant funding. And the public library has done a wonderful job of this. They have an endowment that has been raised through philanthropy and grant funding. The fire department is doing a wonderful job with this. And this is a way of funding municipal services that's been approved by both the Brookings Institute and the Heritage Foundation. So it's not a partisan approach, but it's one that I think in budget climates like the one we're looking at is incredibly important. And so my hat is really off to the fire department for securing this grant. It's a wonderful thing to see.
Anything to add to that, Chief?
They get a call.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Yep, be safe.
All right, so let's call for a vote. All those in favor? Great. And last up, we have ordinance 92, 2017.
Move to read by title only.
So there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
An ordinance providing for adoption of an ethics ordinance.
Move to adopt.
Second.
All right, so I know there's gonna be some discussion here. Who wants to kick it off?
I'd like to
Okay.
take a motion to table this, because I really believe this ordinance for an ethics is something that is very much appreciated by the committee that formulated this and done this. But at the same time, I would encourage the council to consider having a public workshop so that the public could weigh in and have some insight on this as well in cohesion with the council. So I think this is a very important and legitimate ordinance that is designed to help. And at the same time, I think we should go through it with some due diligence and have agreement amongst ourselves and the public to weigh in, because I think this is something that I think there should be more input from the public on this. So I would move to table this at this time.
To a date uncertain upon a public hearing? Is that how we? No. How we say that?
Date certain.
Date certain.
If you postpone it indefinitely, you just kill it.
Okay. Let's not do that.
I agree with your idea about workshop. What about at 6:30 prior to the next council meeting? A half an hour before the start of the regular meeting?
I have a sense that the discussion's gonna last much longer than a half hour.
I would submit it would probably be at least an hour.
It's gonna be equivalent to like a workshop, budget workshop session, that's what I'm envisioning.
Okay, I was gonna say, of course, the discussion can continue when you get to the agenda and actually vote on it, because you're not gonna vote on anything at a workshop prior to a meeting.
Correct.
And you do have 2 votes, need to be taken, 2 separate nights. So that also gives you 2 separate times to talk about it. So anyway.
I think the full workshop format would allow us to have an ongoing dialogue over the, as Sydney stated, the great achievement and work that's been put into this ordinance, but I do think there's significant issues with it as it stands that require substantial engagement with the community. So I think scheduling a half an hour prior to the, I think it needs a standalone workshop and public hearing.
Okay. Well, just so you'll remember, the next 2 Tuesdays are pretty much committed to the budget review. Next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, we're here, review the final city budgets, city departments. And May 30th, talked about a wrap-up kind of meeting. Although I think with the uncertainty about school funding from the state, that May 30th meeting, I'm not sure if we're going to know much, but anyway. So those, if we want to stick to Tuesday, workshop, the 23rd and the 30th kind of are spoken for. Not so much the 30th.
Is there something that's, I guess I'd be interested to gauge the council, whereas the budget is such an involved issue that I think frankly brings with it a lot of stress and anxiety, both on the council and the community. Would it make sense just to push this until after that? I mean, there's nothing that says we have to get this done in the next 4 weeks. I think it's substantial enough, and
I'll just make the comment that I think the council as a whole right now, I mean, I think you've seen amongst us even tonight with Nathaniel abstaining from the fire department vote, you've seen it with Miss Lessing and Miss Tate. You know, we're kind of policing our own here, and I think, you know, waiting till after the budget is not necessarily a bad thing. I think, you know, we're working on it. I think we've made some significant strides from years past, quite honestly, and I think waiting and getting this out to the public and having a good public discussion on this is important.
yeah, I mean, there's just only so much that we can all cram in our part-time municipal officer lives in the next 4 weeks, I think, so.
Yeah. So to say to a date in.
After the budget is completed.
Is
we
that
have to
definite
set
enough?
some kind of
First,
date.
No?
first meeting of August.
First meeting of August?
Second.
Yes. That sounds good.
We will have time. I would need to make sure, I've seen the hands, I need to make sure discussion is done up here.
It'd be the
Because it-
11th of August if we wanted to have an independent.
It'll be a standalone meeting, so we wouldn't want it
meeting.
paired with the city council meeting. So perhaps, does anybody have the city council schedule for August, like memorized or?
What about the Monday before the August meeting?
Yeah, that's.
Or the Tuesday, excuse me, Tuesday before the August meeting.
Yeah.
It'd be the Tuesday before.
And just to be clear, there have been questions and concerns from the community about the fact that, for instance, our city charter actually separates school employees and city employees. Therefore, like, currently, if you're the principal of the high school and you're a resident of Waterville, you can actually sit on the city council. This will not address that. There actually has to be a charter amendment for that. So I just want to be clear that I think there's some good meat and potatoes that can be accomplished with this if we have public input. But there are some of the issues that have been raised that aren't going to happen unless we have a charter amendment.
Does Sydney have a motion on the table to table? I mean, or does he have to amend?
We
his
have to
motion?
find a date first.
I'm thinking, I'm gonna throw out August 8th, and that would put us the Tuesday before the second city council meeting in August.
Correct.
Second.
August 8th,
August 8th,
because the first is your first
Workshop.
meeting in August.
Yeah.
Right,
Yep, workshop, August 8th.
yes.
yeah.
All right.
Same time?
And I have seen 3 hands from the audience, Mr. Weber, Mr. Payne, Mr. Pitt. If there are questions, is the council done with questions?
Specific time, 7 PM?
Keep it all the
Let's
same.
do-
Yes,
You want
let's do
six?
Let's do
6.
6 p.m.
Yeah.
6 PM?
7
let's
p.m.
do 7. Let's just
7
keep it
PM 's good?
consistent.
Okay.
All right, so before the vote, I saw the hands in the audience if people would like to come up and ask a question. Does anyone have a question?
Yeah, I'd just like to add to this because it's no secret to anyone in this room that conflict of interest was a concern to me the moment I started attending meetings. Some of the gray area was probably lack of knowledge of city charters and how things work. It was just more surprise. I learned a lot over the time period about how the school board had their own departments, certain laws, exemptions, how the whole process worked, and really that the ethics section was not quite the place that really could accomplish much. It was more of a charter issue. So it was a good learning experience. I think what we're seeing with councillors recusing themselves is very positive, and it wasn't happening when I first attended meetings, so I think that's very commendable. It was a great learning experience, like I said, but I would like to see some debate and discussion down the road once the budget's settled down about how the community feels with school teachers or significant others sitting on council, and maybe that would be a referendum vote in November. And I'm not talking about cousins or brothers or uncles, just if there's connected paychecks. And obviously, anyone sitting on council, if that was open for a discussion, should be fully grandfathered into their present situation. It shouldn't be used to get rid of councillors at present. But I think it's a definite thing the community should look at, even though it's a separate school board, how that can sometimes seep into council decisions. And I know that other towns of communities have taken that step. So, and as far as, I think it's Peter Leifer's speech, I couldn't have disagreed more with the section, and with all due respect to present council, trust elected officials. Every single day you turn the news on, it's a small town, a state level, a Senate level, government level, even up to the president, where ethics and if it's not sex, drugs, or rock and roll.
So in summary, you would probably support a public workshop where you could have some input.
Yeah, well, absolutely, but also, you know, debate about what is the city's view with a referendum on school teachers sitting on a council. But as far as blindly trusting elected officials, with all due respect to everyone here, you can never turn Google on without some scandal with every city across Maine, right up to government, right up to the present. So I really thought that was a little bit naive. But thank you for your time, and at least discussion's going on this, and it's appreciated. Thank you.
Hello, as you know, I've spoken on conflict of interest and my concerns as well.
And your name, sir?
Gary May, Ward 5. Hello, Nick. I'd like to commend the council. I have seen a tremendous progress in the past year, and it's obvious that you're taking our concerns seriously, so you need to be commended for that. I do think, though, that there is a little more work to do. I'd like to clarify a little bit. It's not so much school teachers, it's employees of the school system in the Waterville School District. If you're a school teacher, you work in Sydney, sit on council. Work in Winslow, sit on council. It's only if you're receiving household income, spouse you claim on your taxes, that's where the conflict lies. And in addition, it's not just school system employees. It's my understanding that the spouse of a departmental head could essentially legally sit on council and advocate for monies for their spouse's department. In my opinion, and I think most of the public will agree, there's conflict.
Is that you're talking about city?
Yeah, city employees, like, it's my understanding, and I think Mr. Lee's here, you can answer that, that if
Mr.
Mr.
Lee,
Massey
Mr. Lee.
lived in Waterville, his spouse could sit on council. That's my understanding, so I think that that would need to be looked at as well, so it's something that could improve and restore the faith of the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you confirm or deny that? I mean,
That is correct,
it is.
as the charter is presently written.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we have a motion on the table to postpone this until August 8th.
Second.
All in favor? All in favor. Great. And we are at the manager's
Motion to adjourn.
God, it's like.